Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not just a game, it can be a whole experience. Taking a new deck you've never played before, building it from the ground up, and making it your own to eventually compete in tournaments at the highest level is just so satisfying to me. To truly get the full, authentic Yu-Gi-Oh! Experience though, we're doing things the old-fashioned way. Our cards can only be obtained from inside a pack or by trading with fellow duelists. This time, we become the king of synchros. Welcome to Playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Properly, Season 2. Subscribe. This episode is going to be a bit of a roller coaster, so I hope you're tucked in tight. As you know, the last few episodes have been gearing towards a regional tournament, and that's going to be in this episode, along with a bunch of other things, because we also just recently seen the release of Maze of Millennia, which has some great cards for our deck. Before we get into that though, let's head back in time to the 30 smackaroos we had to spend in the lead up to Glasgow. But first, quick, hit this button. Here we go, the final opening before the regional. I think I've settled on the final list I want to actually use. It just comes down to figuring out the sort of non-engine slots, and I want to play Spellbound. I really want to play Spellbound. We have one, might have traded for another one. I think we still need to get a third, so that is the goal for today. That being said, it is just a £4 Ultra, so chances are we probably get the trade bait to trade into it, but if we can pull it, that saves us a job, and I think that is basically one of the last cards we need for the regional, unless we can squeeze in a Sky Crisis, a Typhon, for situations where we just get interrupted out of our minds, and then, you know, can slap a Typhon on top of Soul Resonator. As always, quarter century secret rare promo in each of these tins. What are we gonna get? They have kind of been trending downwards, but Stardust obviously is still the best one. We have Black Rose Dragon. This one's surprisingly cheap for what it is. It is a very nice card though. I think that's like a $5, so even that by itself we can trade for a Spellbound potentially. And then in the other tin we have Stardust and Black Rose. We go crazy together. We have Utopia. Very, very cheap card. This is like £2 or something. £1.70 maybe. Alright, 6 packs to go. Let's see. I think I need a Lovely for when we start building into Labyrinth. Oh, and a Welcome Labyrinth as well. So those are also cards that we're looking out for. If we pull like a Truest Worm and a Magna, I'd be tempted to play those as well. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, let's just see what we get. Ice Jade Creation. We have Predaplant Biblis. We got the Predaplants in here. Let's go. Prevented Propaganda. We got the Brilliant Blue Rose, Gem Knight Lady Rose Diamond. And into the holos we go. Frecky, the Runic Fangs, and Exo Sister Caspitel. 2 Ultras, 2 Secrets, I believe. Oh, let's go, baby. We got the card we were looking for in the first pack, bro. Spellbound. I'm happy, dude. Okay, I'm happy. This opening, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. We are ballin', baby. And I thought it was Fenrir for a sec. Kashtira Unicorn. Fenrir? Nah, Exo Sister packs. Dude, we got the Spellbound. I'm so happy about that. Heck yeah, man. Mazen and some other Labyrinth cards. Wallow, pretty good common, to be honest. But yeah, first pack, kind of a banger. Kind of a banger, not gonna lie. Whoo! Alright, man. Sealed only, basically. Let's go. Scareclaw Ashtar, we got Zombie Reborn, Scareclaw, Zombies, Gem Knights, Predaplants, a lot of archetypes. Noru Ares, the Vernal Dragon, cool looking thing. Pit Knight Early Ultra Rare, very, very nice rarity bump to that card. And we have Naturia Blessing. Into the secrets we have Runic Fountain, actually not bad. And Scareclaw Tryhard. Can we out this? Yeah, we can out this with Scarred, so yeah. And of course our trap cards as well. Yeah, it's not a problem at all. Easy clap. Reverse Jar, Black Shadow Squall, yeah, Labyrinth Kuklok, very cool. Alright, rounding off this tin, can it get any better? We have Agent, Ice Jades, Gem Knights, Libromancers, Melfi Penny, let's go! Didi Griffin, into the holos we have Therion, Bull Ain. Regulus is in this one, right? Dynamorphia Domain and Therion Charge. Secret rares we have Elemental Hero, Spirit of Neos, looking very, very shiny, and Scareclaw Reichardt to go alongside our Tryhard. Might actually have some value to it, to be honest. That's not a bad pool in the slightest. Extra Pendulum, Branded Expulsion, banned card, bro. Yeah, Labyrinth Archfiend. Cool, cool, cool. Woo! All right, nothing too crazy in terms of value. But at this point, that doesn't really matter, to be honest. Propaganda, we have Malfi Wally to go alongside our Penny. Displaced, Gem Knights, Therions, we have Libromancer, Ice Jade, Agerine. See, we can pull more Dynamorphia cards, that would be funny. Spiral, Double Agent, Ultra Rare. Yo, that's exclusive to the tins as well, right? Card looks cool. I don't think I've ever actually looked at the artwork. Second Ultra Rare, we have Immortal Dragon, Zombie level 6. Rituals, we have... Wait, Ritual... Secrets, we have a Ritual, Illusion of Chaos. Actually, a really nice pool. I think this... I don't know how much this is worth, actually. I forgot that was even in here. And we have Dynamorphia, Teresia. As I speak about the Dynamorphia cards, bro, I think we have a core at this point. I think we have a core. Munin and... some more commons. Yo, Rika Konkon as a common. That's crazy. Very strong common cards. All right, moving on. Second last pack. What do we have? Astra, Libromancer, Magigirl, Zombies, Dynamorphia, Ice Jade, Xyz Combine. We have the Soul Scissors in the super rare slot here, followed by Geek Boy, Ultra into the Runic Freeze and Curses. Can we get any more Runic cards? Bestials, Fenrirs. We have... Blackwing Shamal the Sandstorm. I seen it was a B. I was like, yo, let's go. Bestial, Druis Worm, please. Next up, Starving Venom, Predapower Fusion Dragon. This thing looks really, really nice in this rarity. It's so shiny, at least from where I'm sitting. Shame it's just a bulk holo. We've got the little blue guy. Malfi Staring Contest. Yo, Ravi, let's go. Towers of the Overroot. We already have a place at that. Draco back. I need a ultra printing. Wait, I thought this was an ultra rare. Is it originally an ultra rare? No, it was a rare, right? Bro, I don't know. I don't know. Whew. Okay, final pack. Let's see if we can pull any nice trade bait. We have Dynamorphia Shell, Scareclaw, Libromancer Agent, Intervention. Yo, hello? Libromancer. Oh my god, it's still going. All right, Fire Opal Head. What the hell is this? Don't think I've ever seen this in my life. Scale 0, very nice. Ice Jade, Cosmoclore. Ultra rare Pit Knight early again. We got a dupe there. Secret rares are a Link Monster Beyond the Pendulum. We already have one of these in our binder, so doubling up on the BTP. And finally, it is an effect monster. Can it be a Bestial or a Fenrir, please? Yo! No way! We did it again! We did it again! Oh my god, in the last pack as well, bro. Kashtira Fenrir. Mate, I kind of want to play this in the Labyrinth version. We might keep that, actually. I don't know if we trade that away. Actually, unreal that we pulled that. Holy moly. Branded in Central, Dogmatica. And there's our third Chandragleer if we need it, so that's very cool. Damn, what an opening. We got the Spellbound that we need and a Fenrir out of our ass at the end as well. Happy days. This is going to be a good episode, man. This is going to be a great episode. Bring on the regional. So things were looking good. You know, we pulled a bunch of nice cards. We had most of the cards we needed for our deck, except like maybe a Typhon in the extra deck, but even then, I'm not 100% sold on that. We did, however, need to make a quick stop at locals, though, to finish off a certain playset. Had to be done. I didn't really want to trade off the Fenrir and the Schism, but we had to do it for the Prosperities, and with that, we were ready to go. Actually putting our list together was super difficult because we didn't really know how good Centurion was gonna be. The number of viable decks in the format was ridiculous, and I don't think there were any big events to work off either. So in terms of resources, there was like a Jesse Cotton video to work off, and that was just about it. The general consensus was that we were in a hand trap format, so I tried leaning into the fact that we have multiple one-card combos in our deck, and so bumped up our hand trap count. Side deck, I tried to cover as much ground as possible, you know, Parley, Centurion, Unchained, Tearlaments, so that was also a massive chore, but we ended up with what you're seeing now, and then we headed down to Glasgow. It's fair to say I was pretty confident and pumped to do well, but everything beyond this point ended up being a total disaster. There was a large group of us that went down, so we stayed in a hostel, and I didn't get any sleep whatsoever, so that's always a great start. But actually going to the venue, of course, the staff and the judges were all really nice and accommodating, but unfortunately there just wasn't an ideal place to put the tripod to record the gameplay, and so the gameplay shots are, you know, like 90% the back of my head. Honestly, that's probably ended up being a good thing, because we had haven't even spoken about the gameplay yet. Round 1, we played against arguably the best deck of the format, Sinful Spoils Rescue Ace, and we lost the dice roll. The worst part is going first, game 2, you know, I'm building up my board, I'm doing my combos, and I fuck around, add back Soul from the graveyard, and then blow up everything I had built with Red Dragon Archfiend in the end phase. So we essentially just pass on nothing because I had no sleep, and somehow we actually won that game. I don't remember how, but we grinded it out and we won that game, and eventually, in game 3, time got called and the match was a draw. So right off the bat, you know, things are going terribly wrong, but a draw's not the worst thing that could happen. Going into round 2, we lose a dice roll again to a Synchron Adventure pile, and this deck was crazy. It had so many different engines in it, and the guy played it really well, consistently ending on boards through interruptions. But the thing that really pissed me off is game 2 going first, we didn't have a starter, and game 3, we didn't have a starter either. Our deck is supposed to be very consistent with like 12 to 15 one-card combos in the deck, and somehow we're not seeing a single starter. This just hasn't been an issue in the past, but lack of gas has all of a sudden become a huge problem this regional. Round 3, we lose a dice roll for the 3rd time in a row against Vanquish Soul. Game 2, we open a hand that can't do anything through Shifter and then get Nibiru'd on the turn 3, meaning from there we then have to win basically every single round to actually top. Round 4 is when things start to go our way again. We win the dice roll finally against Live Twin Runic Sprite, but we actually see a hand that's not complete bullshit. So we win that one 2-0. Going into round 5, our opponent doesn't show up, so you know, things are actually turning around. And then round 6 against Tearlaments, we win the dice roll again, but we don't open any way to play the game. So that was essentially the end of my tournament run. I called it there. There was another 2 rounds after, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it because I was exhausted and tilted like fuck. Usually when your deck just constantly opens dead hands, it means your deck isn't consistent. You know, it's a deck building issue. There's too many bricks, not enough starters, the ratios aren't correct. But I am confident that is not the case with our deck. Simply put, this regional just wasn't meant to be for us, and an experience like that can really put you down. Immediate burnout, maybe the deck just isn't good enough after all. What do we do from here? I don't know, man. Quit being a whiny little bitch and get over it. Maze of Millennia. Bit of a controversial set because holy fuck, what's this then? Thankfully what we want is slightly more affordable. Earthbound Prisoner Stone Sweeper. If you don't know what this card does, let me fill you in. See this? It's basically this. You can discard it to search any level 3 or lower Fiend Tuner. On the surface, it's an additional 3 one-card combos in a deck that's already pretty consistent, but if we actually think about things a bit more, it gets way better. The best and most resilient combo in our deck is when we have access to Crimson Resonator and Bone Archfiend. We went through this in episode 3. We're also able to play through Shifter when we have access to both Crimson Resonator and Soul Resonator, so having another card in our deck that can access any Resonator makes our deck way more consistent at finding, you know, the correct combo to play through interruptions. On top of that, in a hand where Stone Sweeper is just like an extra card on top of combo, it acts as a pseudo crossout designator because it allows you to go full combo through interruptions on our choke points. Alright, so let me try and show you an example of what I'm trying to say here. With so many consistency cards in the deck now, it's not uncommon to see a gas hand like this where we have, you know, access to our Crimson combo and then an additional searcher piece like Resonator Call, Stone Sweeper, Prosperity. So yeah, we are just going to start off with our usual Crimson plus Bone combo. We're going to special summon Crimson Resonator and normal summon Bone Archfiend. We'll then synchro those two into our Red Rising Dragon. And Red Rising Dragon effect target Crimson. We get hit with the Imperm. We've been stopped at one of our biggest choke points in the deck. Usually with Crimson and Bone on its own, you're still able to get to Abyss, but with the extender, with the additional consistency piece, we can actually still just go full combo. So we are going to activate the Stone Sweeper here, discard itself to add a Fiend Tuner. We'll add the Synchron Resonator, special summon a Synchron Resonator, then activate the effect of Bone, sending Red Rising Dragon for cost to special summon itself. Then we'll activate the effect of Bone target Synchron, dumping Vision Resonator to increase its level by 1. So 4 plus 2, you know where this is going. Vision Resonator effect adds a spell or trap. That's Crimson Gaia in our hand now. Then we'll synchro these two, 4 plus 2, into Red Rising Dragon number 2. We'll Chainlink 1, Red Rising, target the Crimson Engrave. Chainlink 2, Synchron to add back the Vision Resonator. Crimson gets summoned out. And then we're free to go Crimson Resonator effect. Now Crimson is going to summon out Soul Resonator and our second Vision, so we do actually still need to play the second Vision, of course. Soul will trigger on summon, and we'll add Obsessive UV Loop to our hand. Now from here, we'll go Crimson plus Red Rising into Scarred, and then we'll go Scarred plus Vision into Bestial Dispatter. That's going to trigger the Scarred to summon out Red Dragon Archfiend. And then here we're going to activate the effect of UV Loop, targeting one of the Red Risings in Grave. So banish the target and special summon out the UV Loop. Then we can activate Dispatter's effect to target the Red Rising to special summon, and 6 plus 3 over here is going to make our Abyss. Then we can special summon out our Vision Resonator plus the Red Dragon Archfiend. We'll synchro into our other 10, Bane, and then Bane's effect, contribute the UV Loop to summon back out the Scarred Dragon Archfiend. Of course, we have nothing banished right now for this pattern, so we're once again going to activate the UV Loop. This time we're activating this Grave effect, targeting either another Red Rising or, Red Dragon Archfiend to banish the target and add itself from grave to hand. Then we'll round this off by going Crimson Gaia, adding, the Red Zone or the Fiendish Golem. Just kind of depends on the deck that you're facing. We have the pop on the Red Zone, but also we can summon back a Banished Dragon on our opponent's turn if we need to. So yeah, Stone Sweeper essentially giving us more access to the Crimson Bone line, or, Crimson plus non-tuner line like Supe is also really good. Kind of makes our deck a lot more resilient to interruptions in general. Like, there's no one hand trap that just completely kills the deck, or, is completely guaranteed to kill the deck. A lot of it's hand dependent. All right, again, same situation, except our opponent is going to hit our Crimson Resonator choke point rather than the Red Resin Dragon. So we are, once again, going to special summon the Crimson, normal summon the Bone, and synchro these two into Red Resin Dragon number 1. We go effect to bring back the Crimson, effect of Crimson, and we get Ashed, or Impermed, either or. Maybe they hold it for the Crimson Resonator because they heard that's where the choke point is. But yeah, from here we are going to activate the Stone Sweeper once again, adding the Vision Resonator. Then we're going to activate the Bone effect in Grave, sending the Vision Resonator for cost to special summon itself. That's going to trigger Vision to add the Crimson Gaia from deck to hand. And then going to activate Bone, target Red Rising Dragon. So we're going to dump Soul Resonator and bump Red Rising Dragon up to level 7. Then we're going to synchro the 4 plus the 2 into Red Rising Dragon number 2. And we're going to bring back the Soul Resonator with the effect of this one. On summon, Soul Resonator is going to add Synchron Resonator, and then we can just special summon the Synchron Resonator because a Synchro is on the field. 1 plus the level 7 Red Rising Dragon goes into Scarred. We'll activate the effect of Synchron, once again targeting the Vision to add back. Soul plus Red Rising Dragon, 3 plus 6, that's just our Abyss right there. We can then special summon the Vision Resonator. Vision Resonator plus Scarred is going to make our Dispatter. Scarred is going to trigger to summon out the Red Dragon Archfiend. Activate Crimson Gaia, once again adding, Fiendish Golem or Red Zone. Set that, and then in the end phase, don't forget Red Dragon Archfiend, it will trigger. Banishing the Soul Resonator, which gives us a live Dispatter, a live Red Zone with the RDA on field, and the Abyss negate as well. Pretty much full combo through a negate on Crimson Resonator there as well. So if you see a hand with full gas, you're pretty much gaming. New cards, new competitive season, there's a lot to look forward to again, and it's time to hype ourselves back up for some synchro gaming. With our fresh Stone Sweepers, we had to return to the deck building drawing board and figure out a list that feels nice with the right ratios. I experimented with numbers, played a chill little locals or two, messed around with our side options, and started preparing for the upcoming Reign of Fire post Phantom Nightmare. The biggest UK tournament got announced for March, and it's sold out, so a big chance for us to prove ourselves as the king of synchros. But yeah, there's no actual gameplay in this episode, sadly, because I'm rushing off to Japan, but I will hit you with where I'm at in terms of deck list now. Alright, let's get into our current version of the list. My side deck is currently deconstructed because I'm kind of theorying what we're going to need to play in the side deck at the moment, but let's get into our main deck. At the time of you watching this, this is correct. This is my current list after much experimentation, playing around with ratios and stuff. Not saying this is set in stone, but this is what I am confident playing right now. It is a 42 card deck this time, but I do want to get my hands on some talents. So getting into the list here, we of course have our 3 Stone Sweeper, we have our 3 Resonator Call, all our consistency pieces, our 3 Pot of Prosperities, 3 Crimson Gaia. I did try cutting down some pieces in place of the Stone Sweeper. Like I went down to 2 Gaia and 2 Soul to make space for Stone Sweeper in a 40 card list, but I still found myself not opening enough starters. And also playing with 2 Soul is, you know, a little bit weird when you're trying to search copies with Wild Wind and things like that in grind games. So I have currently gone back up to the 3 Soul Resonator, and then we are now down to the 2 Crimson Resonators. We have so much access to this with these 9 cards here. I do side 1 out going second, but I'm not quite ready to go down to 1 because it's so important in our combo lines. Getting into our non-tuner lineup, we have 3 Supe Duskwalker, of course, plus the Supe. We also have our 3 Bone Archfiends and our 1 Foolish Burial, and then the 1 Wandering King Wild Wind. I did bump this up to 2 with the increased access to Crimson Resonator, but then I was like, wait, why don't I just play Foolish? It's so much better than the Wild Wind. This does still come up a lot though, so yeah, definitely still playing the 1. This is an 8 non-tuner count, and then factoring in the Pot of Prosperities, that's essentially 11, and some of the other non-tuners in the deck we can play as part of our combo with Crimson Resonator, but they're not like key combo pieces, if that makes sense. For the rest of our engine requirements, I'm on 2 Vision Resonator. As you saw, we do need to play 2 for that 1 combo. We're on the 1 Synchron Resonator, 1 Salamander Catalyzer, of course, the Anti-Nibiru line, the UV Loop, very important now, 1 Red Zone, and 1 Fiendish Golem. At the moment, I personally wouldn't cut any of these. We have to play them all, just so we have all of our bases covered. And then for our non-engine, I'm on 3 Imperm, currently 3 Ash Blossom, 2 Forbidden Droplet. I do want these to be talents instead of droplets, but yeah, kind of a placeholder right now. And then going into Phantom Nightmare, I think we have to play the 1 Skullmeister again. Even though the last episode, I was literally celebrating about being able to cut this card and optimize our non-engine, but now, in the Phantom Nightmare format, this is so good, man. Searching this in grind games against Fire Kings, Snake Eyes, and all that can be the difference between winning and losing, you know, stopping a Princess effect, stopping an Amblo Whale effect. Very good. Also, you know, level 4 with the increased access to Crimson Resonator, you can use it as a combo piece to get into your Red Resin Dragon. But yeah, 42 card main deck. I think it is yeah, pretty solid indeed. Pretty solid. I do enjoy the resilience of it, being able to play through interruptions and stuff. The only issue is Super Poly becomes a lot more prevalent in the next format, and we just absolutely get destroyed by Super Poly. Extra deck, no changes. I did try experimenting with the idea of Sky Crisis, you know, Typhon in the extra deck in some online test games, but literally it didn't come up enough, and I was missing the card that I replaced it with. So extra deck, of course, we just have the 3 Red Rising Dragon, 2 Scar Dragon, oh, whoopsies, 2 Scar Dragon Archfiend, 2 of the original RDA. We got the 1 Q-Belt, 1 Scarlight, 1 Void Ogre Dragon, 2 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. We have our Bane, our Dispatter, and our Supernova as well. Honestly, I don't know if this extra deck is ever going to change. We kind of need more Dark Dragon Synchros to be worth considering. There is that level 12 Centurion that just recently got announced that may find a place in the deck, but currently, yeah, I feel like this is the optimal extra deck to be playing. Oh, also, I forgot to include our prize packs from the regional, or our entry packs, because, yeah, we didn't win nothing, dude. Might be a bit of a depressing opening, but, yeah, let's get into that. Well, fair to say, the regional was a bit of a disaster. Honestly, I think that's my worst regional performance literally ever since playing this game. So yay for me. Dude, honestly, what a disaster. Everything that could have went wrong actually went wrong. It wasn't even the deck's fault. How are you gonna open so many unplayable hands though? God's sake. So yeah, regional, not great. Kind of bittersweet though, because it means this is not the end of the series. It means we're able to experiment with the deck a little bit more, and we can branch out into different versions, whether it be Labyrinth or, you know, Bestial or Horus. Who knows what the future holds? I did say I wanted to delve into the Labyrinth build, but at this point, it's anyone's guess what's gonna happen. But yeah, this is our entry little goodie bag from regional. So hopefully we can actually get something nice to redeem ourselves. So I think this is everything. Okay, no. So we have our little pen. Yep, tiny little pen. And sticky notes for life points, I guess. I ended up buying a notepad while I was there from Tesco, just to use for life points. But yeah, didn't realize we were going to get notes. We have 5 packs of Age of Overlord and a Field Center with that's Cosmic Quasar, right? I've already forgotten the name of the set that had Cosmic Quasar in it. Age of Overlord. Oh, Duelist Nexus. There we go. Duelist Nexus Field Center. We have 5 packs for us to crack into. Quarter Century SP Little Knight. Come on, pay my rent, baby. Little Knight also is just a huge card to pull, just a normal secret rare worth a lot of money. We could probably trade in like an entire Labyrinth core at that point if we really wanted to. So let's get into it. What Psychic Fighting Porter, Sinful Spoils of Doom Ciela, Rose Papillon, we have UFO Light, and Nephilibis, the Ogdoadic Overlord. I think there was a quarter century Wanted Seeker pulled at the regional. Don't know if there was anything else too great around the room though. We have What Kyuki, TG Close, Transcendosaurus Exoraptor, Supreme King Dragon Lightworm, and Sinful Spoils of Betrayal Silvera. Doesn't look like we're gonna get anything, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's just move on from this regional, forget it ever happened, and move on to better and brighter things, hopefully. We have Shino Baron, Shade Peacock, Vanquished Soul, Snow Devil, Stars Align Above the Shrine, Sweet Roommate, and Snake Eye Birch. All right, here we go. Pool anything higher than a super challenge. Impossible, please. Second last pack. What do we have? What Psychic Fighting Porter? We have Sharv Sarga, Jen the Diamond Tiger, Rose Papillon, and a King's Sarcophagus Ultra Rare. Very nice. I think that's like maybe a couple of pounds at most, unfortunately. At least we pulled an Ultra Rare though. Better than any old super, I guess. So we'll take it. We'll take it. In the final pack here of Age of Overlord from our regional, we have Sweet Roommate, Sinful Spoils of Doom, the Immortal Bushi Mourns, Shino Baroness Shade Peacock, and a trap card, Canopic Protector. Yeah, not even the packs were able to redeem that performance, dude. But that just means we have a lot to look forward to in the future, and we now have an ultra rare King Sarcophagus for the trade binder, baby. Let's go. Just before we end things, it has been a hot minute since we last looked at the trade binder, so let's quickly go through what we have in here. Obviously, all our most expensive and shiny stuff at the front here. Snake Eye Ash is actually like £3, so yeah, it's climbing up in value. Got that Age of Overlord effect, you know. Honestly, for our current build, we have everything we need engine-wise. We would just be trading for non-engine, and it's just a case of like, I don't think any non-engine is too expensive right now, outside of like maybe Fenrir. So yeah, that's really all we have to worry about for the next big tournament. But passively, we could probably finish off our Labyrinth core. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is where the kind of expensive or like valuable stuff ends, and then we get into just kind of cheap bulk from the majority of Rarity Collection. Really does make the binder look a whole lot better than it actually is. But yeah, a whole lot of bulk that honestly we'll probably never sell. These cards typically are just like throw-ins when it comes to trades, or if we're trading for like some cheap common, like I guess Pancratops or something. This is what these kind of help out for. Double Lava Golem. We got a playset of Lava Golem, but we do need our normal summon, obviously. For the most part, anyway. Yeah, not a whole lot, actually. I think most of our values genuinely in our deck, outside of the Flamberge at the front. Oh god, we have so many Lava Golems, dude. Could probably put a Change of Heart at the back as well, just in case we want to play it at some point. Sphere Mode. Sadly not worth anything. Oak and Birch. We got our Fire King Snake Eyes core. Let's go. But yeah, that's all of our trade pieces. And then, of course, we just have our usual stuff at the back here that we're saving up and playing around with. But yeah, that's it. Anyway, now, me, off to Japan. Treasure Hunter's up next. Thanks for watching. We'll get some actual gameplay in the next one. So, bye.